Hey, what's going on? Travis here, coming at you for Strong. Just want to do this video. I just got done having another conversation with the gentleman who has been doing the bulking and cutting thing. And I personally think bulking and cutting is stupid because it just gets you in this vicious cycle of just getting fat and then getting skinny and then getting fat and then getting skinny, and you're basically you're never sustainable. You're always going up and down, up and down, up and down. And so what I'm going to go through here is how to do it right, again, in my opinion, so you don't have to go up and down, up and down, up and down. And the short answer here is something that a lot of guys don't like to hear, and it's you got to play the long-term game. All right, this isn't going to be a quick fix solution. The bulking and cutting thing, that's quick fix bullshit in my mind, right? Instead, do it this way. So before I get into how to do it, let me go through a couple different things. So when you bulk, right? So I love when I talk to a guy and I'm like, what are you doing? He's like, I'm bulking right now, right? So he's like eating all this shit food and just training hard, which is good, but on top of that, he's just trying to gain as much weight as possible, all right? So let's say you do that, but when you're bulking, yeah, maybe you're building muscle, so that's a plus. So you build muscle. You build strength, right? These are pluses, right? But what are the negatives to that? The negatives that I've seen is your health, your fitness. Those are a couple of the concerns that I get from guys. They're like, I just feel like shit. My fitness, I'm getting winded. I'm stronger. I'm putting on mass. But I can't even go up a flight of stairs without, getting winded. So negatives there. You start to get puffy because you're adding a little bit of body fat. You're getting fat. You can say soft with that too, right? Puffy, fat, soft. So you're adding mass that you don't want to add in the expense of just getting bigger, building muscle, adding strength. So we got a lot of negatives here, right? Okay? So that's the old bulk thing. Now, let's go to the other end of the spectrum. So you bulk for however long, and you get to the weight that you want to. Oh, now we got to turn it around. Now we got to cut, right? So the good things about this, you get lean, so you lose fat. You possibly increase your fitness because you're doing like more cardio, high intensity training, all that stuff, right? So that's a benefit. So we'll mark those as pluses. So you start cutting for those things, right? You want to get lean. Maybe you want to increase your fitness. I don't know. But you get cut mainly to get lean, right? But what are we doing at the same time? We're losing muscle now. I can't spell. L-E. There you go. Lose strength. The stuff that we just built over there, right? Now we're losing it, right? We shrink. I often hear that from guys. They feel like they shrink, right? Metabolism. Because typically what most guys do when they cut, they go like an extreme diet. The one thing that I always hear, I'm cutting my carbs back and I'm cutting my calories super low so I can get lean, right? So they're screwing their metabolism up. Sex drive as well. Energy. So I mean, shoot, man, we got a lot of negatives here. This is the reason I don't like bulking and cutting, because you got so many drawbacks in regards to the pluses, right? So what to do instead? What I like to say is hybrid method, right? You get the best of both worlds. And instead of these right here, these are quick fixes in my mind. That's exactly what they are. They're quick fixes because you're putting all your eggs in one basket here, and then you're switching gears, and then you're putting all your eggs in one basket here, right? Bulk and then cut, bulk and then cut. The results look like this. It's just constantly like this. There's no steady medium, right? And you just go through this vicious cycle, and guys they're never happy, right? They get all the way down when they cut, and then they get too lean, and they feel they're too skinny. Instead, hybrid method, this is the way I like to approach it. depending on where you're at, this is where I tell a lot of guys start, right? More times than not, this is where they need to be starting. And if this is you, maybe this is where you need to start. Number one, get lean. Get yourself lean. Okay, lose the body fat. Get lean. When you get leaner, you're going to be way more optimized to put on muscle. Your body's going to be more healthy. It's going to be a better foundation, right? So fix your fuel. And this could be a whole separate video right here, fixing your fuel. Because you might be in a position where maybe you need a reverse diet. I'm not even going to go down that rabbit hole in this one. But basically, if you have a lot of fat to lose and you've been trying to lose it, and you've been doing the whole bulk and cut, chances are, if you're doing like the extreme diets where you like starve yourself, then your metabolism is screwed. And so getting lean is going to be a challenge. And so first you'd have to fix your fuel, right? But once you do that, you get yourself optimized. Optimized and basically primed to build muscle, right? Your body's going to be way more healthy, ready to rock and roll. You're lean. Internal workings, so to speak, like your hormones stuff, they're going to be way more optimized. This is in like a perfect world, right? Saying your metabolism is on board. 2, build slow. So build the muscle slow. Focus in on long-term sustainable results. Don't go this way where I just want to add as much mass as possible. Think of it this way, like you do this for the course of the year. Let's just say you're 200 pounds, right? This is where you're starting off. So you do a bulk, you get up to 220 pounds, and it's like 10 and 10. So you put on 10 pounds of muscle, great, but you also added 10 pounds of fat. That'd be actually pretty crazy. But 10 and 10, you feel like you've gotten fat. Yeah, you've added some muscle. And so now we're going to go a bulk. And so we drop down to 200. Well, let's say we retain 5 pounds of that muscle, but we lost 15 pounds of fat. So yeah, you will look better. You'll look better than this, right? But once you get here, how sustainable is it when you do the bulk and cut method? Usually it's not very sustainable. So instead, freaking go straight across. Play the long-term game right here. Slowly build. Stay at 200. Slowly build. Put that 5 pounds of mass on without having to ever deal with that 15 pounds of freaking fat and putting yourself through that rough shit right there, right? Play the slow-term game. So build slow. You're going to retain muscle. You're going to retain strength. You can retain your fitness. You can actually increase your fitness while you do it. Your health, it's going to be way healthier. Doing this, it's not the sexy thing guys want to hear, but it's going to be the sustainable thing. So where are you going to be in 12 weeks? You want to be in a position where you can keep carrying that on, or are you going to be in a position where, oh, now I got to switch gears again and go back up the hill, right? So that's how I approach it. Bulk and cut. Don't do the bulk and cut. Instead, approach it in a hybrid method. You're going to get all the benefits, none of the negative stuff when you approach it right. So get lean, fix your fuel, and then obviously how you train is going to be a hybrid method as well, right? Focus a lot on strength. Strength is the key. Strength should be your foundation. If building muscle is the thing, a lot of volume work, a lot of progressive resistance, a progressive overload, and then keep that conditioning in there some way, shape, or form. Train like a freaking athlete. Push yourself like an athlete, right? High-intensity interval training, a little bit of cardio here and there. You blend the cardio in the actual training, doing a lot of Metcon stuff. Hybrid method is the way to go, and that's the way I train. This is how I approach the bulk and cut. End of story. Hope that helps you out.